Hi, welcome to the Azerbaijan round 6, whatever it is, qualifying session for GFRL, and yeah, it's sorry I wasn't talking for the first half, not the first half, but the first few minutes. I am back now, but we're just going to get on board with Bram as he's about to be the first one to start a lap here around Azerbaijan. A very, very high-speed track. Now, we've got a few missing today, and only 10 drivers will start the grid. So, there might obviously be a much more less entertaining race than there usually is. However, everything should be fairly normal, as we're kind of somewhat used to the small grids by this time. Anyway, Bram has done fairly solidly on this lap right now. He's just about to finish his first sector, and he's continuing on very well. We've got yellow flags in sector 1. I think that's Blackberry just slowing down to let Mercedes by, AlphaTauri by, sorry, should I say. And Bram nailing the castle section, not being stupid whatsoever. It looks like there's a McLaren and an Alpine a little further back. Zwie really needs to start putting himself in front of Bram if he wants this title fight to go somewhat of a different way. But Bram, our first driver to set a lap. We've got yellow flags in the final sector. He's gone fastest in sector 1. I mean, he was the first person to set a lap and set a time in the first sector and the second sector, and what's going to be the third sector now. But Bram crosses the line with a 1:41.42, and that is your time to beat Ruby, almost 2 seconds slower than his teammate. And Zwie 6/10 off the pace of Bram. We've got Lucas, who is coming close to crossing that line. Blackberry, I think he's just done another outlap there. However, Lucas will be crossing the line very soon in his Red Bull, almost clipping the wall there by the looks of things, taking quite a wide exit. DRS wide open, the Red Bull goes down the main straight at Azerbaijan, a very long main straight, and he goes third fastest with an exact same time as the McLaren of Zwie. The exact same time. Wow. And Gabri with the 1:49.11. Bin Laden would be proud. Who's still yet to settle up? We've got Pinky, who is going through the castle section now. We've also got Vessel coming round to finish a lap now, just going onto the main straight, losing it slightly. We've got Blackberry in the pits. However, Pinky, I'm fairly sure, is going in the pits this lap, and Vessel still yet to set a lap. Is he going to go in the pit lane, or is he going to stay out? That's a very important question. Well, he stayed out, and he's gone 5th fastest with a 1:41.922. Very impressive. We've got most of the drivers going into the pits again. We've got Ruby, who somehow invalidated at Azerbaijan. I thought the only way to invalidate was to hit the wall. Ruby has shown us it is possible to do so. Okay, most drivers into the pit lane now. Gabri goes in. And yep. And we've got Blackberry going out now, so we're going to stay on board with Blackberry for the meantime now. Just doing a bit of an outlap and taking it very easy. I say very easy, that was very close to the wall, and that's just where you want it at a street circuit like this. Always close to the wall. You want to use as much of the track as the game actually gives you, because it's never wrong to try and maximize any sort of corner exit, even on a track like this. So it's just about not maximizing it too much, because then you hit the wall, which Blackberry has just done. However, he's just got the third sector to do on his outlap right now, and then we'll get to see what his Mercedes can do and what Blackberry can do round Azerbaijan. Now, last memory I have of Blackberry in Azerbaijan is from Season 1. Now, we have raced there before, however, I'm fairly sure he ended up on the podium in Season 1, because I was racing him. However, after looking like a third place finish for me for a majority of that race, I did park it into the wall at turn 1, but let's hope Blackberry doesn't do that mistake that I made, and no, he doesn't. He continues on solidly, and now into turn 2, very well through there. So foot down, DRS open, power down the straight, 325 kilometers an hour into turn 3. Get out the way, stupid Haas, and into turn 4 as Blackberry continues powering down now into turns 5 and 6, hitting that wall and losing it. However, he did go fastest in that first sector then. Is he just going to continue on with this lap and see what he can do with it? Because it will not hurt to keep on with this lap, and that's incredibly close to the wall there as he's going through the castle section. But now, through the second sector, Blackberry goes. Power, power, and more power as he goes down that straight in the middle of the track, now into the third and final sector of Azerbaijan. Just one long straight and a bit of a kink to go as he's gone fastest in the second sector as well. That's interesting, especially with a slide like that, but we know what Blackberry's like. Let's see if this is going to be another masterclass from the Honey Badger himself. DRS wide open, and he's not going to pit. He is staying out. Where is he going to go? It's P2, and with, I'm not going to say it was a stinker of a lap, but with a mistake like that, pole is without a doubt of a question in Blackberry's realms of opportunity today. However, we've got a few other drivers out on laps right now, such as Zwie, who's going out to try and improve on their last lap. Now, Zwie really has to get ahead of Bram. He's been doing an excellent job these last few races. However, Bram's just gone that one step further. Bas has joined the session, and hopefully this should give Zwie a bit of an upper hand, as I'm fairly sure he is racing for McLaren. Azerbaijan for Zwie as he powers down the straight now. Only a few hundred meters to go as he is going into the pits. Well, looks like Pinky is on a lap, and Pinky is trying to improve. 2 seconds off of the pace from Beast, and that's not where you want to be. So Pinky now just taking that kink really tight. But now, going down that straight, I think we may have a few other drivers on a lap. Lucas crosses the line to go fastest overall with a 1:39.96. Pinky crosses the line to go still our slowest driver out here by time. However, it's no longer that far off, and it is looking quite interesting. Eweg is on a lap, and we haven't been on board with Eweg in quite some time, but we're going to see what Eweg can do with DRS wide open. Let's hope he's not into the pits. He is into the pits, unfortunately. I think there's a few drivers we may have just missed on out laps there. Wessel is on an in lap. Pinky, obviously. Lucas, obviously. Ruby, with no fuel by the looks of things, with a 41.675. We've got Ruby, our unknown Azerbaijan professional. That's Pinky overtaking Ruby into the pit lane and knocking his front wing off as he speeds in. However, our master of Azerbaijan, Ruby, the man who has experienced it the most, will hopefully score a good finish today. We all do wish him well after not necessarily his tough return that he may have had, but more so not returning to what his former glory may have been, as Ruby had been known to finish fairly high in the championship. I think his highest finish is around 3rd, but Ruby is definitely a driver with a lot of skill, and it's just unfortunate that he hasn't been able to be at the heights that he was in the earlier portions of his career. But Bars is on a lap right now, and well, he's gone fastest in the first sector, into the second now, and still looking incredibly quick as he goes into the castle section. And this is looking pretty quick, might I say. I will not be surprised if this is a fairly decent time. Bas now going through that second sector with flying colours, now heavy on the brakes, very smoothly into the start for the third sector. As now into the third sector, that final straight, feel like I've said it many times today. However, Bas is going to go through it, as many drivers have, just past that wall there where Ruby crashed into at Season 1, experiencing Azerbaijan for the first time, but as we know, he has gone on to become an expert. So let's see what Bas can do with this lap that he has produced. It's a P7, and it's looking like a good finish. We've got all drivers on out laps right now, and let's get on board with the Haas of Gabri. So yeah, we can hopefully finish with all the drivers crossing the line at the same time, and that's not looking like a perfect turn 1. It's looking relatively alright, but it was far from perfect, unfortunately. For Bas, for Gabri, he would have wanted a bit better, but now he's got the rest of the lap to get done and it was very good through there, very close to the wall. Let's hope that Bas does well on this lap. We've got Zouye on an outlap, Blackberry on an outlap as well, Bram on a lap, Lucas on an outlap, Pinky on an outlap, and Ruby on an outlap. So we'll have to just get on board with, let's get on board with Zouye right now. Zouye is just going out of turn 2, and Gabri going through the castle section. He's got 60% of his ERS left, and he's definitely going to be the first driver to cross the line by the looks of things. And I think Bas is on his way into the pits now. But Bas will be our first driver. We'll quickly get on board with Bram, and Gabri's actually just gone and fastest in the second sector. So very good result from him. Even if this lap means nothing, it's always good to bang in a quickest time. But Gabri's going to be our first finisher of today as he crossed the line, goes P4. Amazing result for Gabri. But we've got Bram now. Bram going down that final straight. That scarlet red Ferrari has been doing well all season, and now we're going to see how well he does in Azerbaijan. DRS open now, only a few hundred meters until he crosses that line. And it's what looks like pole position for Bram, but it's still not over yet as Zouye crosses the line. He gets closer, but not close enough. We do have a Red Bull though, as Bram's lap may not be good enough, because he does look like he's on rails right now, except for that bit there where he was getting a bit squirmy on the curb. But Lucas now through those final 2 corners down the straight. He goes. Ruby's going to pick up an excellent slipstream from behind the Red Bull here. Vessel goes third quickest with a 140, but Lucas goes across the line, and it's not enough. It's not enough for pole. Bram is on pole, and the Ferrari wins in qualifying again. Well, this is our finishing grid for qualifying anyway. Bram on pole. Very good effort from him. Pole by almost 0.2 of a second. Lucas will start P2. Vessel P3 in the Alpine. Zouye in P4. 0.4 off of Bram. Gabri in P5. Excellent start for him. Blackberry, unfortunately, not looking like he could maximise his potential today. Looking to see him move up further the grid. Move further up the grid. Eweg P7, Beast P8, Bas P9, Pinky P10, and Ruby rounds out the grid in P11. Well, it's bright and sunny in this game anyway. It's certainly not where I live, as England is fairly grey, but it is bright and sunny in Azerbaijan, so no rain for the race today, and hopefully it's going to be a fairly exciting one, I think, because Blackberry is definitely out of position here, and I think he can get his way up that grid much more, and we could be looking for an excellent fight between Lucas and Bram. So let's hopefully get into things quickly as all of the drivers sort out their strategies and fuel loads. No setup changes though after qualifying. That is a violation of parc fermé, so let's hopefully enjoy what is going to be an exciting race for us. And we have the 11 drivers on the grid, 5 red lights, and they're out, and away they go. Bram gets an excellent start, and a lot of drivers just keeping and trying to hold position there. We've got, a big crash as Blackberry is knocked into the wall by Beast. Ooh. And that is a safety car already. Yeah, I didn't get a good glimpse of that crash, however, it just looks like the pack came way too close together. And then Blackberry just squished into the wall. That's very unfortunate for the Mercedes. For the Mercedes driver, it was looking like he would hopefully make this race interesting, but unfortunately Blackberry's race is no more after that big crash there at turn 1. 11 drivers have started, only 10 remaining, so 100% points finish for the entire grid. As they all go through the castle section there. But it's only a virtual safety car, not a full safety car, so we will go back to racing speed right now. And Lucas is in pursuit of Bram, locking up majorly there. Oh, and the Alpine trying to save it, trying to go through the corner into the wall as well. That's a very intense safety car restart. Beast is going to need to pit because of that wing change, and it's another virtual safety car for the drivers. That's very interesting. We've got Lucas into the pit by the looks of things. Bas with a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, not getting on those brakes early enough, unfortunately. Ruby into P4, wow. Gabri P3 and Zwie into P2 with Bram P1. We've got most drivers on this hard tyre here by the looks of things, so we've got a few drivers swapping to mediums and softs there. We've got one Pinky swapping to hards, but we've got Beast still not changed yet. He's now on the medium tyre, serving that penalty that he received for that collision with Blackberry. However, we are back at racing speed, and Bram has just gone fastest in the first sector. Zwie having to try and catch our race leader and pole sitter today. It's going to be one hell of a task, but if any driver could do it, Zwie is certainly one of them. However, I might have to add Gabri in the house, having to chase down Zwie as well, doing a very good job of that, as he's currently in Zwie's slipstream, so he's going to get a tremendous sort of amount of help to get this overtake done. If he can. DRS should be enabled in a few laps just after the safety car. Bram sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and in fact Zwie goes even quicker on that hard tyre, which does show that he is sort of catching Bram. And we've got Beast 19 seconds behind Bas, unfortunately. He is looking to make a move on Pinky. However, it looks like Pinky was aiming for the pit lane there, but no more. And Bas is going to go round the outside of the AlphaTauri into turn 1 with a very neat and tidy overtake, which looked fairly textbook. Well done, Bas. We've got Eweg catching Ruby at quite a rate, I think, there, by the looks of things. No, it's not as much as it looks like, but it looks like a tenth every few... Oh, it is. It is. Eweg's definitely catching Ruby. very quickly. And Gabri getting much closer to Zouye, and Zouye looks like he's dropped back from Bram a lot over this lap. And Gabri right behind Zouye now, and it's looking like an overtake is coming. Maybe not this lap, maybe the next lap. It must be this lap though, as both drivers flat out now through that final sector to start the next lap of the race. Only lap 4 so far, and we've had a lot of action, but Gabri is going to have DRS now. And if we can get the telemetry up, Bram sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and Gabri gets into second place with a very good overtake down the inside there. We've got Lucas setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but he is 10 seconds down on everyone, so he'll have a lot, not everyone. He's 5 seconds behind Eweg, but he's got to catch the leader in these 26 laps. Bas has set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on that soft tyre. Beast has left the session. Looking like his AI almost experienced Azerbaijan there. However, do not know whether Beast will be returning. So he may have given up on this weekend. But Ruby managing that gap between him and Eweg fairly well, as we may get a rematch of the days of the old between these two, where they used to fight for P2 in the championship. We've got Zouye trying to keep up with Gabri, but it just looks like those tyres may have been burnt out a little early, if I'm being honest. Looks like he was slightly struggling there on the tyres, however, should be okay. It's only been 5 laps. 5 laps now. Got a lot of drivers scattered up and down the grid. Beast last, Pinky 11th, 11th, not Pinky is not 11th, Pinky 11 is 8th. Bas going across the line there on that soft tyre, trying to catch up to the drivers in front. And he may be doing a decent job of that. But Lucas here, trying to catch his teammate, and he's doing so quite effectively. But Ruby is now starting to pull away from Eweg a bit over that last lap, and so far this lap. So it's now at 2.5. 2.2 second gap, sorry. Zouye seems to have somewhat caught up Gabri again. And I feel like this is good for Zouye, as he's being dragged forward by the Haas so that he can catch up to Bram, as these three are fighting somewhat for the win here. Bram, your championship leader, ladies and gentlemen. The driver who's definitely won the most this season. There's a bit of a driver change over there with the Red Bulls. Lucas getting past with the number 3 there by the looks of things. Is that the number 3? I think that is. I just can't make it out. Yes, that is the number 3. I didn't think we could use the numbers of drivers, but it seems not. Does this mean Daniel Ricciardo is not a driver? Most likely, because it doesn't look like he will be. Beast into the wall there. Not ideal, and not a recommended practice, as he also knocks the curb there. But we've got Beast trying to catch Bram now, not doing the strongest job, but he's knocking out a bit of time every few corners. So it looks like Bram may have started to push quite significantly now. It's yeah, the top four will all have to pit, and Eweg. It's quite a scattered grid today. There's no real specific skill level. You've got these top three all together who are fairly similar. Then you've got Ruby and I don't know, I think I might put Lucas in with these top four, and that might be quite easy to do as Lucas goes to the inside on Ruby, getting that overtake done. However, it looks like Ruby's fought back there, and he's come back at him. He's actually got that position back. Well done. This is turning into a little bit of more of a fight there, as Ruby's trying to defend now against the Red Bull as he tries to go up the inside of the Ferrari, but the Ferrari does have to eventually cede the position. There's no way he would have made a return, an attack back on the Red Bull there. Getting very close to the wall there, in fact knocking his left rear tyre there. We just had Eweg in the pits. Yes, we have. It's Bram still leading and doing a very excellent job. 19 laps remain. Well, if you are watching, and or if you've just got here, welcome to the Grand Prix. And so far, Bram has led every single lap, and this is looking like it may be his first Grand Slam here, which not in Azerbaijan, but in GFRL, which would be quite an achievement for him. He has won races in the past, but they've been hard-fought races, and he's never truly dominated here in GFRL. And I may be about to eat my words, and I hope I'm not, because all success to Bram. He's an excellent driver, and his time has finally come in this league for that that moment where you win everything. But it's impressive to see this from a driver, especially when you've seen them go from small to large. I'd never say that Bram was exactly small. He's always been an incredibly strong driver. There's not much action up and down the grid. It's just everyone driving their own little race. I mean, we've got Zwie right, we've got Bram in the lead, and 3 seconds behind Bram we have Gabri. 3 seconds behind Gabri we have Zwie, and 4 seconds behind Zwie we have Lucas, who is catching them at the moment. 5 seconds, almost 6, in fact, no, it is 6 now. 6 seconds behind Lucas we have Ruby. 10 seconds behind Ruby we do in fact have Bas, and Blackberry Hall just left the session there. 5 seconds behind Bas we do have Pinky, and then 15 seconds behind Pinky we have Eweg, and then a grand whopping 25 seconds behind Eweg we have Beast, who's probably praying for a safety car right now for any sort of action in this race. However, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure everyone else thinks that Beast may be the one to cause that indeed safety car that he is praying so much for. But we've got many drivers out on track, just in their own little world. There is actually Gabri getting a little out of shape there into turn 3. That's very unfortunate for him. Gabri looks like he was locking up quite hard there. Well, I hate to call it, but that is Beast in the wall there. Not entirely destroying his front wing, but that right end plate definitely looking a little invisible. He is going to want to pit if he's going to want any sort of downforce whatsoever, and any sort of hope of not experiencing Azerbaijan like Ruby did all those seasons ago. Well, Bas just retired from the session there, as he did commit a bit of an I am stupid. Wow, that definitely changes things. Bas, unfortunately, making that fatal error that's cost him his race. Bram into the pits, and that's going to be quite a important pit stop, and Gabri and Zouye both into the pits. Lucas too, and Ruby. Is Ruby pitting here? Yes, he is. Oh, slow down, slow down, Ruby. There we go. Oh, slow down. Yep, there we go. Got a bit worried there that he wasn't going to make it into the pit lane. Is Pinky also going to pit? Is everyone going to pit? Beast was closer to actually being lapped than catching the back of the grid there, so he is definitely in a much better position now that this safety car has come out. We've had... Has Ruby? Yes, Ruby did into the pit lane. Right, drivers. Bram has switched, now on the medium tyre. Gabri now on the hard tyres. We're now on the medium tyre. Lucas now on the medium tyre. Ruby now on the medium tyre. Pinky now on the medium tyre. Eweg now on the medium tyre. Beast now on the medium tyre. Everyone is on the medium tyre except for Gabri. This could be interesting for Gabri. And we may see a Vettel in Brazil 2022 moment where he was left out on a worn pair of softs and everyone else on brand new, fresh, medium tyres, leading him to drop back from what was an excellent race down to about P14. Masterclass strategy call from Aston Martin, but it is what it is. All drivers now neatly formed up together. Beast a good still 45 seconds behind the pack and catching. Oh, knocking the wall. He really is pushing. He's still doing his best to catch up, and the safety car continuing on. And still not much to talk about here. However, there is a lot more going on now than previously. Beast now 43 seconds behind the pack. Can he catch up to Eweg? He's doing all that he can on those hard tyres. I honestly don't think he'll make the safety car. This is quite sad. He might catch up and then just the second he catches up have to push. We are halfway through the race, 13 laps to go. Only 25 seconds. He's done well to take 20 seconds out of those drivers in front to make up this lap. An incredible feat from Beast as he's going to cross the line to start lap 14 of the Grand Prix. Now only 20 seconds behind Eweg and that safety car as he goes powering down into turn 2, speeding all the way that he can, trying to get that safety car, as it will most likely go in this lap. But he's definitely going to catch it now, as there we go. He's only a few corners behind, but Beast does, in fact, catch up to the back of that safety car. He's now into the second sector. You can see them right at the end of the straight, and Eweg there on the back of the pack. So congratulations, Beast. What an effort. Right, okay, now we can have a look at something that matters. No, that's me. But it's true. Here's Bram and Gabri. The two that have been racing quite a lot. Not exactly wheel to wheel, but some sort of fighting, some gap management in between each other. And Lucas all the way, not in the back necessarily, but a bit further down the pack, looking like the driver to contest Bram if qualifying is anything to go off. But yes, this is going to be an interesting safety car restart with only 12 laps to go. It's going to be a sprint, and we're going to see how these drivers can do. But it's a weird way of restarting the safety car, because it's technically, whether you do it here, whether you do it 100 meters down the road, whether you do it 300 meters down the road, it really does not matter to how you do this. He is pushing Gabri into the wall a bit there, but it's fine, and away Bram goes there, catching everyone completely off guard. And that's everyone behind him gone. No one really making up positions on that opening start. However, Lucas looking mighty strong on the back of Zwie right there. Ruby dropping back a bit, trying to defend from Pinky. These two battling it out here, the Ferrari and the AlphaTauri. Ruby really needing a good finish here today, helping Ferrari propel them into the Constructors' Championship. They already are leading, but it will mean more. Zwie and Lucas fighting very close together there, as Lucas did just get that position before the castle section. However, Zwie is going to have an opportunity now to fight back as we go into the straight, but it just looks like he got a bit out of shape going through the castle section, and now he's a little too far back to fight back. Lucas now trying to catch Gabri, doing a fairly decent job of that so far. He's now going to be in his slipstream. Gabri already 2 seconds behind Bram after one lap of no safety car. Lucas now much closer to Gabri than he was a little further down that straight. However, Zwie is definitely much closer to Lucas than Lucas is to Gabri. So I wouldn't completely count out Zwie right now. Ooh, we were going very deep into that corner. Pinky has overtaken Ruby. Wow, that's excellent. 3 seconds and only 1.5 laps after a safety car restart. Bram now has a gap over Gabri. We're looking at 1.2 seconds a lap here on average. However, no, it's even more than that. DRS now enabled, as you can see Lucas there on the back of Gabri. However, not able to do it yet. Eweg has just overtaken Ruby. However, Ruby trying to go up the inside of Eweg there. Lucas has just overtaken Gabri down the straight. Ruby's attempts to fight back at Eweg, unfortunately not able to do so. Lucas now a long way down, trying to catch Bram, completely cutting that corner there before he goes into the castle section. That was incredibly strange. But Lucas quicker than what looks like Gabri and Zwie, but not quicker than Bram. Unfortunately for him, it looks like P2 is just what it will be today. However, Ruby is on the tail end of Eweg, and on the tail end of Ruby is the AlphaTauri of Beast. So, let's see what will come of this sort of three-way fight. As Ruby is coming, and now he's coming at Eweg, so Eweg is going to need to watch out here as Ruby now goes up the left hand side of Eweg alongside him on the straight. DRS wide open, looking like Beast is going for a bit of a sneak attack here, as Beast is going to try and go for a dive bomb into turn 1. It's not enough though, as Ruby stays ahead in P6. Now Beast with DRS. Ruby is going to have to defend against the world champion. He switches to the outside, however Ruby switches to the inside and holds position. Now into the second sector they go, still fighting. Beast trying to get round the outside of that corner. That's never going to happen. Oh, he's driven into the back of him. That definitely will be investigated after the race in one way or another, but Beast had gone back into the back of Ruby there. The Eweg studying the gearbox of Beast just behind there, waiting for his moment to pounce. We've got Zwie, and we're on board with him right now, who earlier in this race was overtaken by the Haas. However, it looks like this Haas is starting to struggle on that hard tyre, and the McLaren, well, he's got more ERS, and he's about to have DRS. And Zwie trying all that he can, and unfortunately that DRS train isn't going to help him out very much, but pressure under braking certainly will, as he gets much closer to Gabri. Very smooth through turn 2 there. Ruby leaving Beast in the dust a bit now. So we are getting really, really close there to Gabri, as Bram now leads by almost six seconds. In fact, not almost, it's definitely 6 seconds now. There we have Zouye still in that chase. We'll have to catch on with them in a few laps' time. Only 7 laps remain of this Grand Prix. Oh, I took my eyes off of the screen for 1 second. And, well, it's always good when that happens, isn't it? Especially when you almost predict these races to get a bit boring, and then this happens. But, Ruby getting an unfortunate penalty there. He's going to pit now. Is this going to serve as penalty? I don't think it is. He is going to have to serve it after the safety car. I think it is just a 5-second time penalty though if you don't serve it. Yeah, Lucas crashing there. Only 7 drivers out of the 11 remain. Oh, why do I do this? Well, it looks like it's going to be a interesting finish to this race, with our top three remaining drivers being about 3 seconds-ish apart from each other throughout most of this race. However, they're all on the same tyre now. Every single one of the drivers, unfortunately Ruby, will have to enter the... Oh! He'll have to enter the... Jesus Christ, sorry. I just got a spasm in my foot. Right, there we go. That's fine. Right. Ruby will have to eventually pit for that, I don't know what penalty he's got. Is it a drive-through? Yes, it is. So, that is very unfortunate for him. But he has driven a great race today, and P7, as much as it's last, it is deserved, those points. So let's just see how these 7 drivers finish these 5 laps. And but Bram, our driver, to restart the safety car once again, led every single lap of this race, pole and qualifying, and all he has to do is lead for 5 more laps, and it's a grand slam for the Dutch driver. Well done to him. He hasn't got long left. And away the Ferrari goes, completely catching Gabri and Zouye off guard. And Pinky was caught off guard a bit there. However, I'll tell you what, who wasn't caught off guard, it's Ruby's. He's right on the tail of Eweg there. Oh! And it looks like he's going to get a move done on him into turn 1 there. But it's just not going to be, unfortunately, for the Dutch driver as he tries to overtake Eweg. Oh! Oh! And Ruby's out of the race. No, he's not. Wow. Very well done from Ruby. He's trying to cover off Beast there. There was just a bit of contact. And Ruby was unfortunately propelled into the wall there. That was a very scary crash for Ruby there. The Spanish-Dutch driver, should I say. Not the Dutch. Yeah. Bram now leads by 1.3 seconds after not even an entire lap of racing. Ruby will pit for his drive-through, however he will have to also pit for a new front wing, so this may be very unfortunate for Ruby, the Ferrari driver here, because that's looking pretty grim for his race chances. It's a Ferrari sandwich for today, as Bram continues to lead on with only 4 laps to go, but it is technically 3 because he's about to cross the line in a few seconds here. And now it's 3. With the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:42.079, which is faster than some people's qualifying times. I really wonder how this grid exists. And Gabri has actually taken a bit out of the time from Bram there, and has started catching Bram quite a lot as Bram locks up again. Say again, just locking up. And Gabri chasing Bram. Okay. Zuio's out of DRS for Gabri, as Gabri chasing down the Ferrari driver here by the looks of things. So drop back a tiny bit through that middle sector. Looks like Gabri's got an incredibly low downforce setup. because it's all the corners where he seems to lose the time. However, onto the straights, and you see moments like this. The 310, 320 kilometers an hour. DRS now enabled. GFRL monitoring this gap very well, I must say, doing a very good job. Ruby now newly nosed. We'll have to pit again for that drive-through, unfortunately. It may mean we've got a Pinky getting ahead of Zwio there. So Zwio really starting to fall back now, and it's quite unfortunate for him, the Polish driver. But Bram, only 2 laps to go, and the mighty Bram, Michael Brammacher, is about to start the 25th lap, and God, how many wins has he had this season? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look at how many wins Bram has had. So, 97 points. The Hall of Fame. Right. So, Austria, Bram wins. And very well done. That's 1 win. Round 2, Wards 1. Round 3, Bram 1. That's 2 wins. Round 4, Mickey. Round 5. Oh, no, I'm reading this wrong. So, round 1, Bram. Round 2, Zwio. Hang on, let's just go to the end. When was Bram's last win? Was his last win really in Austria? Wow. Alright. Do you know what? Fair enough. I just felt like Bram's won almost every race of the season, but for some reason he only has 1 win. Well, Michael Brammacher is about to start the final lap of the Grand Prix, going down the straight for not a final time, but second to last time, a penultimate time. Ruby 51 seconds behind Eweg due to that, what I'm saying is unjustified penalty. And that Ferrari sandwich is looking quite tight now. Well, at the front. Beast has crashed. Beast has experienced Azerbaijan. I am sad that I've missed that. But Zwio's also just got ahead of Pinky. But Pinky might be about to get ahead of Zwio. With some stellar action now, as we're about to see no move whatsoever, because that would have been way too insane to make a move from that far back. We've got Bram doing a very good job on the last lap of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. You know, post-race interviews today, I might as well do the entire grid. it really wouldn't be that much of a hassle to do another 3 people. But with a 3.7 second lead, multiple safety cars, and an excellent race, Bram does not experience Azerbaijan, and he weaves and he dances to what feels like his 5th win, but is only his 2nd, and he wins in Azerbaijan to stretch his lead of the Drivers' Championship even further than what it is. And now things are looking impossible for the drivers behind him as Bram starts to dominate this season with absolute consistency, because as much as he has not won every single one of the races of this season, he won round 1, he came 2nd in round 2, he came 2nd in round 3, he came 2nd in round 4, he came 2nd in round 5, and he wins in Azerbaijan. Well done. That's all that I can say. Fantastic job to Ferrari. Continuous good result after good result. And yeah, just a good job as a whole. As we just wait for Ruby to cross the line. Is it going to be the fastest lap? No, it isn't, as we might see some donuts here. No. Wasn't enough room for donuts. But Ruby crosses the line there at a record slowest speed, I think, crossing the line at Azerbaijan. But driver of the day, Pinky. Because Pinky did have an excellent race. However, Bram, utter domination. No one came close to this man today. And he was the only winner. The only man that could have won it. And he has done. As we now get ready for the Dutch national anthem again. Except they don't play it in the game, so that's fine. Well, this is your finishing grid for today. Bram P1, Gabri P2, Pinky P3, Zwie P4, Eweg P5, Ruby P6, Beast P7, Lucas P8, Bars P9, Vessel P10, and Blackberry P11. Oh, I've forgotten the podium already. Wow. Let's just have a look quickly. At that finishing grid. Wow. Well, it was Bram and Gabri. Welcome, Bram.
Hello.
Hello, I'm just trying to invite everyone else. If I can remember who finished on the podium.
I know.
And Pinky, wow. Do I have Pinky added? Well,
Oh no, Italian joined the party.
oh, what's wrong with McDonald's, man?
What's
What's
up?
wrong with McDonald's?
Nah, that's a slight inside joke. There we go. Let's invite Pinky, and I'm just inviting everyone. Technically, this is open to the entire grid, but I don't know how many other people will join.
Probably none.
I have invited Pinky, but as he is new to the league, I'm not exactly expecting him to join. As often, newcomers can be a little shy, but that's all fine. So I'm just going to start with Michael Brammacher.
I saw that shit.
The most stupid name in the world.
Yeah.
But just continuous. It feels like you've won every race of the season. I'm not going to lie. You haven't.
Yeah, I just had a reserve in front of me every race.
Yeah, I find it shocking that is only your second win.
Me too.
That does not feel like your second win. Every time you came second, it just felt like you've won. And I must applaud your consistency, because round 1, you won. Round 2, P2. Round 3, P2. Round 4, P2. Round 5, P2. And round 6, a win.
Yeah.
You have... It's not the winning consistency of someone like Beast in Season 1, but
Was
that...
Beast winning?
Yeah, Beast used to dominate GFRL.
Could not imagine that.
No. Not when watching him now. I find it amazing. It was on a different game, so...
Yeah.
But, yeah, you just keep showing up in what feels like winning everything. And you did have an excellent race today. You did have a Grand Slam as well. You led every single lap and got pole. Is there anything you would like to say?
I'm Verstappen 2.0, I guess. No,
Yeah.
my quali, I was confident in quali. I could do a 0.3.
Yeah.
I'm 80th of the world
Oh, wow.
in Azerbaijan. So
So,
quali was really bad actually. I did a 0.7, but could have been a 0.2. But yeah.
yeah, that's...
Gonna-
yeah, so you're saying that you're all right then?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
race. Matthäus lost his wing, I don't know, on lap 2 or 1
Yeah.
or 3, something like that. And then
Yeah.
I already knew it's gonna turn out fine.
Yeah,
Finally,
it's-
because
Lucas-
I was getting a bit bored
Yeah,
about finishing P2.
that's fair enough. But I did
Yeah.
have to come out with some weird and wacky commentary for that, just to keep
Yeah, just very
myself...
boring, I guess.
Yeah, it wasn't entirely boring. There was a lot of interesting moments. It was like right at the start and right at the finish, and like kind of in the middle. Like I was
Yeah.
commentating on Beast trying to catch the safety car because he was 45 seconds behind, and yeah,
It was like it didn't feel like a win. There was no one that really could catch me today.
well, maybe that's just not. It's
I
not
like
that you didn't deserve it.
Normally you would say if you win, you get confidence, but I would get more confidence from winning last week
Yeah,
from Mikkeler than from now with what was it? 3 seconds only.
3.6.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah.
I'll tell you what. As much as you didn't have the competition that is regularly there, you did have Gabri, who didn't catch you in the end. However, there was periods during that race where Gabri really was giving it everything to try and catch you, and he did a really good job. He didn't catch you in the end, but that's because you've been constantly on fire. You have only person to beat you, Mikela.
I didn't know that I won 5/10 per second sector on him because I had higher wings.
Yeah.
So that was great, I guess.
Hang on, let me have a look. I think I'm wrong there because Zwie won round 2. Yes, he did.
So,
Uh,
this race is kind of. I think I have now a 25 or 26 gap in the championship, so I can miss a race if I want.
I think that's more than that.
Yeah, it's more. Oh, I finished before.
Yeah.
It was 18. He won with a fast lap, 26 points, and he has before that's 12 points. Oh, that's much more. I like 30.
So he's got 93 points now, and you've got 123. So, yeah, you have 30-point lead. Yeah, well, let's move on to Gabri now. Seems it's only justified that we give this man some credit because he had a bloody good race. Yeah.
Is he here?
I think so.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. I don't feel like much happened, but a lot happened at the same time because you had your overtake on Zwie quite early on, and then I was honestly expecting him to come back and have some sort of a fight, and that just didn't happen. He just dropped down, and then Lucas crashed, and he went up, and then dropped down again, and then just kept dropping. So I'm a little confused with what happened with Zwie today. I think it was just a bad weekend for him. But yeah, Gabri, you had an excellent weekend today. It's P2, another podium. You seem to be here quite a lot recently, and you are showing what sort of experience you have. Because goodness me, you have been here a long time. What was your first season?
Well, yeah, I'm in here since halfway season 2.
Yeah, I thought so, and yeah, you're definitely starting to show that GFRL experience does pay off in some sort of a way. I don't know if Ruby is, but yeah, you are definitely one of the most experienced drivers on this grid, and well, in this league anyway, and you are doing one hell of a job. You always have done. It's just you're sort of getting your recognition for it now. You've got quite a few podiums to your name. I think you've got 3 or 4 now. And,
this is the third with this race.
This is the third. Well, congratulations. Do you have anything to say about it?
I mean, to be honest, in practice, I already knew I had quite a strong pace compared to the other tracks, you know. I mean, to be honest, I didn't know Bram's pace before, so I even thought I might win. Obviously, that didn't happen, but I mean, yeah, just did one hell of a drive. Qualifying was my best result. I could not have done better. Then the race, I mean, me being on medium hard instead of everyone else on hard medium, in the end it didn't even screw me that much because of the safety cars, and I was still able to keep my pace. And well, at the same time I was pushing, yes, but also managing the tires is so important at this track especially.
Yeah.
With how much the rear keeps sliding out of every corner. So. Yeah, but even if I didn't save the tires, Bram just gave it everything. I wouldn't have catched him anyway. But still, I had more pace than Zwie, which I did not expect today. And yeah, I mean, I have a bit of a sour taste in my mouth for not winning, but me being P2 today, I think it just shows that win is not far.
No, it's not. Like, I mean... Look, we said this about Blackberry a while ago, and Blackberry has been on the podium multiple times. I mean, this season hasn't been particularly great.
He did eventually win.
Yeah, he did. He won, and it will come. It's just a matter of when.
Did he only won one time?
Yeah, Blackberry only
Yeah,
won.
he sent for that stupid race there.
Yeah.
With the attendance of nobody.
Yeah. I do think he won No, he won in
Yeah.
Imola.
I won Imola
Yeah,
too.
it was the same race where I got my first podium. I
Yeah.
mean, this drive right here in Baku, like I would put it alongside my drive in Imola, like in terms
Yeah.
of skill I was able to put on the race.
Yeah, I mean, as much as Bram, you don't feel like that race was particularly hard for you, and it doesn't feel as deserving as previous wins or just your last one, or what would have been winning in Australia or something like that. But it's definitely a strong race, definitely confidence building for Gabri, because I mean it was a superb display of your talent here, and you just did an amazing job. So yeah.
Thank you, mate.
You're welcome. Right, so I do think I'm going to end it there. I don't think Pinky will be joining us today, but yeah, it was a decent race. I wouldn't say it's the best race that I've ever seen, but it was certainly more interesting to watch than a few that have been really boring. But it was good. There was a lot of crashes that I missed though, because I was expecting this race to be boring and I was looking at my phone. But yeah, I do apologise for that, and hopefully we will see you next weekend in wherever the hell they choose the race to be. Right, goodbye
What
then.
is next race?
I don't know, I'll have a look.
It's Qatar.
Qatar.
Oh, fuck, for fuck's sake.
Are you strong in Qatar, Gabri?
No, but
No, I think I
Swiatek
am.
is.
No, I think well. Last season I had one hell of a battle with Aiden. I mean, I got spun on first lap, but I remember I was pushing so much, and Tyler didn't even slow me down a lot. So yeah, I think I still have the pace there.
Well, maybe if Bram has a stinker, you'll win next weekend.
I think if
Bring it,
Swiatek
bring
has
it on.
one chance of winning from me, it's in Qatar.
Well, let's see if he can beat Max Schumacher or Michael Verstappen, because you seem to be a combination of both right now. So
Okay.
should
I
we
hope
keep
I
it?
don't crash like Michael Schumacher. That would be bad.
No, I think your skiing ability is much stronger than that. But yeah, I'll see everyone next week, and I hope you two have a good one. Right, I'll see you. Bye.
Shout out to us, best team, go RS-Bari.
Right. Yep, whoever that is. There you go.
I joined TF10 and I have like TF10 setups now, so that's also. But I might street